today's world, where social media connects billions of people, sharing has become a daily habit for most of us. We post pictures, stories, and updates about our lives. We share our happiest moments, our achievements, and even our struggles. For many, social media is a way to feel connected, to express themselves, and to be seen. But there is a significant group of people who choose to share nothing at all. They keep their lives, feelings, and experiences completely private, away from the eyes of others. This choice to stay silent and unseen is often misunderstood. Many assume these people are shy or uninterested, or maybe even unfriendly. But in reality, the psychology behind their silence is far more complex and deeply human. They carry a quiet strength and often a history of pain and healing that others don't see. Imagine someone like Ayan. He scrolls through social media every day, watching others share their lives, their joys, and their sorrows. But he never posts anything himself. People around him often ask, "Why don't you share anything? Why keep everything to yourself when everyone else is opening up?" To Ayan, sharing feels risky. It feels like exposing himself to a world that might not understand, or worse, might judge him harshly. Many people like Ayan have experienced emotional wounds that have made them wary of opening up. They may have trusted someone once, shared their feelings, and then faced betrayal or rejection. That kind of experience leaves a deep mark. When trust is broken, it's not easy to open up again. Instead, they choose silence as a way to protect themselves. To share too much feels like handing over their vulnerabilities to be scrutinized or dismissed. Social media can intensify these feelings, because what we see online is often a highlight reel, perfect moments, carefully selected to be shown to the world. This creates a pressure, a kind of unspoken competition to appear happy, successful, and strong. For someone who feels vulnerable, sharing the truth about their struggles or sadness can seem too risky. What if people think less of them? What if they become targets of criticism or mockery? So they keep their true feelings locked inside, and silence becomes their shield. But this silence doesn't mean they don't feel deeply. Many of these people have rich inner lives filled with complex emotions, thoughts, and reflections. They are often introverts who prefer to invest their energy inward rather than outward. While extroverts might process their feelings by talking or sharing, introverts tend to reflect quietly within themselves. Their minds are active and busy, but they don't feel. Privacy is very important to these individuals. In a world where sharing everything has become the norm, they recognize the value of keeping some parts of themselves hidden. These personal, sensitive aspects of their lives are sacred to them. Protecting their privacy helps them maintain a sense of control and safety in an often overwhelming digital world. It's also important to understand that many who stay silent are highly empathetic and sensitive. They notice and feel the emotions of others deeply, even if they don't express their own feelings openly. They listen more than they speak, and they often offer support through quiet presence rather than loud declarations. Their struggles, joys, and even love are expressed in subtle ways that might go unnoticed by those expecting more outward signs. Sometimes, silence is a form of healing. It is not always weakness or avoidance. It can be a way to process pain privately, without fear of judgment. People who don't share much are often taking the time they need to understand themselves better, to rebuild their inner strength. They digest their emotions slowly and carefully. This silence can be a protective mechanism that preserves their mental health. Yet, this choice to remain private can also lead to misunderstanding. In a society that celebrates openness and sharing, those who choose quietness can be seen as distant or disconnected. People might assume they have nothing to say or don't care enough to engage. But the truth is, they are simply setting boundaries that help them feel safe. Their silence is a way of controlling what parts of themselves they reveal and when. If you happen to be someone who rarely shares your life or feelings, it's important to know that your way of being is completely valid. Privacy is a right, and it's okay to protect your personal world. You don't owe anyone your story or your emotions unless you want to share them. Living your life quietly and privately does not mean you are less important or less real. At the same time, if ever you feel overwhelmed by the weight of silence, remember that sharing, even a little, can sometimes be the first step towards healing. It's not easy to open up after years of silence, but when the time is right, speaking your truth can bring relief and connection. Every person carries a story inside them. Some choose to tell their story loudly and proudly, while others keep their story close, held in the quiet spaces of their hearts. Both ways of living are valuable. Both deserve respect and understanding. When you meet someone who doesn't share much, instead of labeling them as distant or uninterested, try to see the depth behind their silence. Recognize that they may have endured pain, worked through struggles, and built